Hi, my name is Revital Keren, and I'm a front-end architect in the core team at Minute Media. My interests are digging into record shops around the world, beautiful, tasty avocados, and front-end development. Today, I want to share with you a story of how we decided to create our own framework instead of doing just another copy-paste to a working project. I will show you how we built our Voltex management system, also known as Buffy because it effing slays, where our partners can view and manage their content, be it written or video content. Each one of the entries in the left side menu is what we call a sub-application, like the editor for creating and editing posts, the publisher for publishing posts to feeds, the videos for uploading and managing video assets, etc. When we started our Voltex management project, we initially needed to bootstrap, wire up, and configure all the necessary tools and libraries. And there were quite a few. And then some. Only then we were ready to write each sub-application's code and add it to the project. And every sub-application that was added to the project needed to be wired up and connected to the various components, like the router, the store, and the navigation. Every single time. Plus, it was hard to maintain a standard of writing and file structure inside each sub-application, as each team was responsible for its own sub-application. We started suffering from maintainability issues and a lot of copy-pasted code as a lot of new teams and new developers entered the project. What a mess it was. And that wasn't our only problem. We've also received a new requirement for more management applications, but this time for internal company users only. That should not be part of our original project at all. What do we do now? Do we add these unrelated sub-applications into our project? No, they really don't belong there. It's different users with different needs, and the code will most likely need dependencies that our project does not even use. Do we go through all of the project initial setup from scratch? Oh no, that means suffering from the initial wiring up and configuration pains of the project all over again. And then also suffering from the wiring up of each sub-application to the project. Or maybe we should just copy-paste the original project and remove unnecessary code from it. Hell no, there must be a different solution that will give us what we really need. A way to facilitate the process of spinning up a new project like a black box and abstract the wiring up of new sub-application into the project, just like plug and play. Why not have a framework from which all projects will be created with a single command? And each new sub-application we want to add to it can be created and added also with a single command and wired up automatically. So let's look at the definition of a framework by Wikipedia. A software framework is an abstraction in which software providing generic functionality can be selectively changed by additional user-written code, thus providing application-specific software, provides a standard way to build and deploy application. Okay, wait, let's break it down a little. So it's an abstraction, provides a standard way, reusable software environment, facilitates the development, and it includes support by programs, compilers, code libraries, tool sets, exactly what we want. So what are the signs that tell us that this might be a good solution for our problems? When we find ourselves repeatedly copy-pasting projects code, when we have a lot of repeating infrastructure tasks before we even start writing code, when we need to enforce file system structure and coding conventions and standards in our projects, when we have a lot of teams touching the same code base or creating similar projects and a lot of new developers onboarding, or when we know that we have some more of the same projects coming our way. So how do we create a framework? Our final goal is to create our own framework according to our needs. By following these steps, you can eventually run a single CLI command to spin up a new project containing your company's specific tools and standards. First, you create your common reusable libraries, like a components library, core utils, authentication, a scripts library with modules for building and deploying your project, etc. Then you create a template project, an empty project, with a file structure according to your standards and your custom common libraries as dependencies. This project will be the base for any new project created. It will not contain any user or application-specific code. And don't forget to add a good README file so your developers can follow and easily learn the conventions of your framework and how it works. In your package JSON, you should include your common libraries just created, like so, and some npm scripts using our scripts module for building and testing our project. At this point, you have two options. Option number one is to write your own custom script, which will use the template project we created to duplicate and transform the files according to the developer input. This is harder to maintain, plus you have to write it all from scratch. The second option is to use an existing tool like YEOMAN, which is a scaffolding tool that allows writing and using your own generator model to scaffold new projects from your template project. The big plus here is that YEOMAN already supplies models for CLI interactivity, transformation and manipulation of files, etc., without you having to worry about all of these yourself. So it allows more flexibility. It is also based on Gulp plugins, so you can use any Gulp plugin you want. They also have a great doc site that takes you step by step through writing your own generator. And YEOMAN also supports composability, so we can easily choose exactly which parts we want to compose into our project and what tasks exactly we want to be performed on our sub-application. This, along with the CLI support for user interaction, is a big benefit already over creating your own script from scratch. So here is an example of using our custom generator. In order to run a YEOMAN generator, you just run the command yo with the generator name. In our case, it's Puffy project. And I'm passing here as command line argument the string internal admin to be my project name. After running the command, the user is prompted to input the values needed for our project setup. In this case, it's choosing which common libraries we want to use in our project. Then what is the name of the sub-application we want to create and whether or not to connect it to the store. This is the final outcome, our project plus the sub-application created instantly. And the best part is, what previously took us between 5 hours and 3 days to create a new customized project now only takes us around 10 seconds. And previously, adding a new sub-application to our project took between 2 and 3 hours. Now it only takes around 5 seconds. That's amazing. To summarize, to create your own framework, all you need to do is to follow these steps. Create your common reusable libraries, create a template project with a good README file, and choose between the two options of either creating your custom script or creating your custom YEOMAN generator. I hope that now you're not afraid of the word framework and will also consider creating your own framework to ease the development experience in your company. For any questions and thoughts, you can contact me using these links. And for all you Buffy buffs out there, this is a little something for you.
Grr, arg.
Thank you and goodbye.